Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode, our Chapter 4 Day 1 patrol continued on from the banquet and out of the city to mines before returning to the Harbour District, where we bumped into Maribel, and then through East Street, where our next support request now awaits.
At least we're here. Is it 3 coloured beans, is it? 7, sorry. But I need one for that, and I need one for the other thing in Downtown District. We're getting there, but there's a quest on the way, actually, isn't there? Restaurant on East Street. I guess that one's next, then. It seems this guy's found the fish he missed. No, he hasn't. Acting all big because his name is like a place. There we go. Thank you very much. Do it correctly. Midnight Delight. That's right. If you're looking for more seats at the Civic Centre, the Business Owners Association is hosting a charity event, you see. Apparently Roy will be assisting with it, but, well, let's just say I hope it goes all right. It's going fine. Don't worry about it. Right, now we check out Long Lao. And there's a quest in there, first of all, that should lead us into the Downtown District anyway, considering we know our final destination, right? I pass through Tangram Gate when I'm making deliveries. Things are a lot tenser here than usual right now. They're watching travellers more closely too, whether inbound or outbound. How am I supposed to run a business when things on the borders are this tense? I'll just have to take my frustrations out on this mean plate of fried rice. Nom nom nom. Looks like reconstruction efforts in the Downtown District are underway. Maybe I should go down there and find a way to help. Downtown's close by. A few unlucky strokes and East Street could have wound up in ruins too. Ugh. Yep. Yep. Why is that partition there, of all places? God, it trapped me. Finish helping with the charity event at the Civic Centre today. In the meantime, I'll be filling in for him as Master's kitchen assistant. This is my chance to make myself as useful as I can. Menial chores are all I've really been good for around here. But now that I'm filling in for Finn, I'll need to make myself as useful as I can. I can't believe my Shan-Shan would participate in the pageant without telling me. Last I heard, she had refused Roy's invitation. Who is responsible for this? I will butcher them limb from limb with my cleaver. We'd better zip our lips. I'll have the champagne and fireworks ready for when he finds out, though. I suppose it's good that Shan-Shan was able to smile about something again. Nevertheless, there'll be Gehenna to pay when I find out who is responsible for this. See, if I voted for her too, that's it. I was super dead. Well, okay, the next quest of our day. Hello, you two, and baby. There. Look, Armand, he's fast asleep. He sure is, Ellie. Our little boy is sleeping like the angel he is. Then again, his mother is one too, so I'm hardly surprised. Oh, Armand. Sorry if we're interrupting, but would you happen to be Armand? Huh? Who was asking, if I may? We're with the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. We're here to respond to the support request you submitted. Oh, so you're the ones. Thank heavens you're here. This is wonderful, Armand. It's finally happening. You're right, Ellie. I've put so much on your shoulders ever since you gave birth to our baby. Makes me feel just awful not being able to do more for our family. Now, Armand, you told me you wouldn't say things like that anymore. Don't you remember the promise we made that first time we held him together? No matter what happens, we're going to get through this together. You, me, and our precious baby boy. How could I ever forget? Oh, Ellie, how I love you. I love you too, Armand. It's hard to get a word in with these two lovebirds. It's as if they're off in their own little world. I'll say. Apologies for interrupting the two of you again, but do you think you could tell us more about your request? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about that. We'd like you to search for a certain someone. I know this is a little sudden, but do you think you could commit to our request first before we continue? Yes, you're literally probably about like 30 meters away. I don't know. I'm not very good at like size, RCL. Find the coop. I'll help the lovebirds. Understood. Just leave it to us. You really mean that? We're saved, Ellie, and I've been at a total loss this entire time. Oh, this is lovely news, Armand. I can't tell you how happy I am. Goo goo. Oh, look at that, Ellie. I get the feeling Armin feels just the same. You know, I think you're right, dearest. The details, please. Right. Excuse us for that. I'll get right to explaining. Nice work to you. A never-ending Gehenna of watching them fawn over each other awaited us otherwise. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing them continue their amorous little asides. Now then, the person I'd like you to search for is my father. I was separated from him at a very young age. That must mean it's been decades since you last saw each other. Correct. My family and I currently live in the Burl, but as a child, I lived in Crossbell. However, after my parents were divorced, I went to live with my grandparents on my mother's side in the Burl. I thought for sure I'd never see my father again. But you see, Armand and I recently had our first child, this little bundle of joy. When that happened, Armand said he wanted his father to meet his new grandchild no matter what. Okay, fine with the sentiment. Could you wait, like, some time for things to settle down? The time you've picked couldn't be worse. I mean, it probably can be. Please get out of town. That's quite a story. He may have had problems with my mother, but to me, he'll always be my one and only father. I want to show him the happy family we built together. So we packed our bags and let my mother know we were going to Crossbell. However, let me guess, you don't have any leads on where your old man is these days, yeah? Exactly. I thought he owned an estate in the residential district, but he's disappeared without a trace. I asked my mother about it, but she hasn't heard a word from him since the divorce. Hence why we're mounting a search. Armand and I have asked many different people for clues as to his whereabouts. From what we've gathered, he moved to the downtown district after being hospitalized, but every time we go there, he's nowhere to be found. Maybe it was just bad timing, like he was out buying groceries every time you stop by? That seems like a stretch. Fortunately, our team is familiar with both the residential and downtown districts. Ellie, do you know of anyone who lived in the residential district who matches his description? Not that I'm aware. Oh, come on, guys. Could I ask you for your father's name and profession, Armand? You literally only know one person who got... Oh, wait a second. I lied. There's actually 2 people they know who got hospitalized and taken back. 3, even. In downtown district. Never mind. Sure. I tried asking my mother, but she didn't know if he was even still working the same job he used to. His name is Gable, and he was a member of the Crossbell Diet. Representative Gable. That guy, huh? You mean you know him? Yes, we ran into him during a request a couple of months ago. In that case, we should start by visiting Lotus Heights downtown to see what we can learn. That's what I was thinking. We might find some clues as to why he hasn't been home. Thank you. I just know it was fate that led you to accept our request. We're counting on you. Find my father for us. Yes, please do. We'll do everything we can. Oh, Father, where art thou has started. This just might be the breakthrough we needed to finally see my father again. We're counting on you. Please find him for us. I'm certain we'll get to meet Armand's father now. But when we do, he'll give our sweet little Armin all the hugs he can handle. Goo goo. I'm sure. Right, well, let's go to exactly where we know he lives. And to be honest, we know last time we saw him, he was panicking about people looking for him. So, 100% he ain't there. The door is locked. Mr. Gable, are you home? I guess he's out. He must be. This is his apartment after all. What's going on over here? Oh, it isn't the SSS. Back again on business, I take it. Morning, Tance. Would you happen to know where our favourite former Diet member has run off to? I haven't seen him in about a week. Why, is he in some kind of trouble? Not exactly, no. Lloyd explained that they were searching for Gable at Armand's request. So tell me that boy came all the way from LeBelle to look for him. Well, how about that? Gable is one lucky father. Have you met Armand before? Sure did. He and his wife dropped by the apartment last week and we had ourselves a chat. Being as Gable had already run off by that time, he didn't bother telling me where he was headed and I didn't think to ask. Damn, face first into a dead end. This isn't going too great. Now hold on just a moment. There might be someone who knows what happened. Who? Man who lives over on West Street. He helped Gable out when he was still a member of the Diet. Even after Gable moved in, he stopped by to check on him all the time. Gives it Villa something? That's the name of his apartment.
This is merely a wild assumption, but I speculate that name is only partially correct.
Yeah, but I think I have an idea of where he means if the place is on West Street. We appreciate the help, Mr. Tance. Don't mention it. You can find me by helping Armand and his wife get in contact with Gable.
Rejoin.
Man who helped Gable back when he was in the diet lives over on West Street, I think. His apartment building's called, yes, Villa or something or other.
To be honest, we're just tracing the steps of places we've been.
Where we've seen Armand questioning people. Chances are we're going to run out again like last time. Maybe we can stretch it out a little longer if I use more water and less broth. Sounds less satisfying, but... may as well talk to the people in here first, eh? But of course, not a lot of people considering, you know... one's at the hospital, one is MIA.
So hard to prepare radishes correctly. Maybe I should score them a bit first. Oh, visitors? I'm afraid it'll still be a touch longer until the soup's ready. You'll have to wait in the meantime.
So you're dealing with the food for everyone now, are you? It's a proper community effort. We haven't really seen the destruction up close and personal yet. Pressed A to hear drunken talks, walks straight into his room. He's not here. Do you know the more bizarre bit about this? There's actually 2 beds there as well. There's the right amount of beds for the people we know live here. Which isn't often we go to a house and there's that. It's actually way neater than I expected it to be. There's not booze everywhere. There's no wee everywhere. I don't know. What did I think? Well, we'll find out where this person is in the future. We'll leave the rest for now. It's great that the quest is taking us into 2 areas that are the only 2 areas we haven't swept yet of Crossbell City, by the way. That's handy. Oh, I don't think we've done Station Street as well, have we? 3 areas then. I think it's you, right?
My husband made a donation towards the city's reconstruction efforts. I used to think he was nothing but a selfish pig, but now I'm starting to view him in a new light.
Oh, as long as the money goes towards a good cause then, yeah? Still not wasting money then. So you don't mind spending money if it's for a good cause. Which is, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but I thought the issue was with him being a spendthrift in the first place. Not thrifty, he's just spending a lot. Oh, but it's in the SSS. How can I help you?
Sorry to barge in like this, sir. We just wanted to ask, does the name Gable ring any bells for you?
Oh, you know the man. Yes, Gable was an old protege of mine back when we were in the diet.
Bingo. Well, you see, the SSS explained that they were trying to reunite Gable with Armand and his family.
Oh, I see. So they put in a request for you, did they? You're in luck. Gable visited me just the other day, asking for the best place to lay low in Crossbell. Let me guess. Armorica Village. What a numbskull. Who does he think he's running away from? His son and the lovely new family he started.
I can only assume that this means you know of his whereabouts.
But why is the guy in hiding anyhow? Doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Seriously, Armand and Ellie just want him to see their baby boy.
Well, far be it for me to speak on his behalf, but never mind, I'd best stay out of this one. If you want your answers, he should be over in Armorica Village. You'll find him there somewhere, then you can ask him why he's been such a big chicken yourselves. Understood? And thank you for your cooperation. Okay, team, our former diet member is hiding in Armorica. Let's get going.
Ready when you are.
Gable should be staying in Armorica Village right now. You'll find him there somewhere. Then we can ask him why he's a big chicken.
The reason it has to be Armorica is because the only other places you can stay are the gates, which aren't great for laying low because there are people there to see you. Military types that will probably share that question if someone asks. There's mines that literally just got attacked by the Red Constellation. You know, attacked loosely. Taken by the Red Constellation. So when you really think about it, it's just Armorica. Unless he wants to hang it, unless he was a fisherman, then I say the boathouse.
Okay, we've also now not going to speak to anyone in Armorica that we shouldn't be speaking to because, of course, there's a quest here as well. Okay, we've made it to Armorica. Now, where could Gable be hiding? Let's check out any places that might be suspicious. It would be wise to speak to the villagers as well. Never mind, you're going to make me speak to the people of Armorica. I've been scared to go out on the roads ever since the raid on Crossbell City. Duty calls, though. It's times like these when we've got to do what we can to keep the village safe. Been taking turns patrolling the village ever since the raids. That's what happened in mines in the city. There's no guarantee our village is safe either. All of us have to do everything we can to protect one another. Okay, look, he's over in the inn. I've been scared to go out on the roads ever since the raid on Crossbell City. Duty calls, though. Yep, you gotta keep it safe. Yeah, we said that. There's not many inn rooms going most of the time. I've been spotting these bizarre monsters near the ancient battlefield recently. They kind of look like they were wearing armor. Maybe there's some rich person's runaway pets. Oh. Oh. Some scary people went on a rampage in the city the other day. This village is so boring that I'd always wish something would happen to liven things up. Getting hit by a raid, that's just too messed up. I'd always complain about how this village was too peaceful and boring, but maybe those were actually good things the whole time. Stefan finally came back to the village. I hope he comes out to play soon. The only person I've had to play with lately is Camille. It's a lot more fun when Stefan's here too. Someone's giving me the info I need at the moment, but then I'm not going to the inn. Jake suddenly found a burst of motivation a little while ago, as if he's a whole new man. Still a greenhorn, of course, but I'm a lot less worried about his future now. I'll teach him everything I know, and one day we'll finally put up a Jake's General Goods sign. Jake managed to find some dry recently, which means I can finally rest easy. It's your store now. Hi, welcome to the general store. Why don't I recommend our specialty honey? I'm sure it'll suit your taste. How'd that sound? My delivery was pretty good, right? Maybe I really should consider taking over the store for Gramps. It was like the minimum of application. And his mind has changed. What the hell? Wait a second. This is not actually that hard. I'm downright floored that the city was raided the way it was. And as if that weren't bad enough, the perpetrators are still at large. Can't help but worry that Armorica could be next. Honestly, the raid in the cities had me like a flying feline on a hot tin roof. It's gotten where I just can't put my all into work in the fields. A flying feline. I heard the damage caused by the raid was significant. Oh, would you listen to me? I've got to stop talking about this before it throws me in the doldrums. At times like these, we've got to do what we can to put on a smile and keep life moving. Hearing about this raid on the city never fails to throw me into the doldrums. Keep on moving on. Yes. That's how we patrol. Let's check the most obvious location, so probably somehow not correct. Staying with Chief Tolter. I got to visit the city during the festival earlier this year. It was such a beautiful and captivating place. I made so many wonderful memories there, so I'll never forgive these thugs for what they've done to it. With any luck, the police and CGF will have them in cuffs one way or another. Nope. Not likely. Between those attackers and Minif, it makes you wonder why there are so many bad people in the world. Those guys who attacked the city are probably still hiding out somewhere in the state. That might explain why the CGS patrols have been out in full force since then. Feels like Crossbell's becoming a real dangerous place to live. We're not finding... It told us to talk to the people. I've flipped through the latest edition to Crossbell Times more than thrice at this point. As shocking as the raid was, the article detailing Ilia's injury was the most harrowing of all. As a fellow Crossbell, I pray that she makes a full recovery. Ilia has always invigorated the people of Crossbell. Something like this happening to her is just unthinkable. I pray with all my might that she makes a full recovery. Oh, hello. Will you be staying with us tonight? We do have some rooms available. If Gable came to lay low in Armorica, there is a good possibility of him staying at this inn. Excuse me, we have a question for you. Is there someone named Gable staying here by any chance? Oh, Gable. He stops by to grab a bite to eat every so often. Only to eat? You mean he isn't renting a room at the inn? Nope, he's never checked in with us, at least not as far as I remember. I figured he just liked our food enough to keep making trips out from the city. I wouldn't be so sure, but something else is going on here. Maybe he has a relative in the village he's been staying with? If that were the case, our mum would have known to come here already. But now we should take a look around. Might have found himself a good hiding spot to hole up in. He's in someone's roof. Under someone's crawl space or something. I just figured Gable was such a fan of my omelette rice that he was willing to make the trip from the city day after day. If he hasn't been staying here, then where is he hunkering down? I think I could guess. There's only one place in this place that hasn't had people in it throughout the entire game. Or a chest even. What happened to the city is beyond my wildest nightmares. Thankfully my friends are safe, but still, there were so many victims. I can only pray nothing like that ever happens again. Mum and I went to go check on stuff in the city. Luckily all my old friends and neighbours were safe. Mum was worried sick the whole time. Honestly, it was a relief for both of us. So, on that basis, let's go to the Chief Tolter's house. Because he's the only person we haven't spoke to, and his wife. News of the raid on the city has left even our little village anxious. The prevailing rumor is that it was some sort of imperial conspiracy, but without evidence, I'm loath to believe it. In any case, the best we can do for now is to protect Armorica and its surroundings. Derek and Elkin are keeping watch on the outskirts of the village right now. Vigilance is a must if we're to keep our people from getting any more anxious than they already are. Derek and Elkin took it upon themselves to patrol around the village. Supposedly there are some unusual monsters spotted nearby. I do hope they're being careful. Every so often I catch myself switching off in terms of like looking at walls. It's not a good feeling. Makes me feel like I'm going to miss something. So yeah. Suspicion. Why is it locked? Lloyd, what's on your mind? I could swear this shed wasn't locked the last time we were here. That sound just now. There's totally someone in there. I concur. Well, isn't that suspicious? Don't tell me. Let's go speak with Chief Tolter. He may know something about all of this. Couldn't even stay still. Hello, Chief Tolter. Welcome back to Armorica SSS. What can I do for you today? Well, we have a bit of a strange question for you. Would there happen to be someone staying in the shed by your apiary? As a matter of fact, there is. About 3 or 4 days ago, a man suddenly came by and asked if he could lodge there for a while. I believe his name was Gable. We were right. But wait, why the shed of all places? Well, naturally I offered to arrange a room at the inn for him, but he said he wanted the most inconspicuous place possible. He wouldn't tell me the details of his circumstances, so I assumed he was in a dire situation. I never guessed it would be all of you who were looking for him. Is he an accessory to a crime or something of that nature? No, nothing like that. Lloyd, we should probably explain everything to him from the beginning. That'd be for the best, yeah. Lloyd explained how the SSS was searching for Gable on Armand and Ellie's behalf. Ah, so he's a former Diet member. And what's more, he faked to stay in the hospital to avoid punishment for tax evasion. Now that you mention it, I think I recall seeing a photo of him in the Crossbell Times. Not to worry though, this request isn't related to his dubious history with Mira. Would it be alright for us to speak with him directly, Chief Tolter? We aren't sure why yet, but he's been avoiding Armand and Ellie since they started looking for him. I suppose it would be alright. Until recently I was on bad terms with my son as well. Our problem was that we weren't communicating. I wouldn't wish for anyone to end up in the same situation we were in, not if I can help it. Thank you, Chief Tolter. Not at all. Follow me, everyone. This is Chief Tolter. Might I have a moment of your time? There are some people here who wish to speak with you. Could you please tell them to leave? I know I'm being unreasonable, but I don't want to see anyone right now. Please settle down. The people who came to see you aren't your son and his wife. Wait, how did you... Mr. Gable, can you hear me? This is the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. Maybe don't lead with that. This is the Special Support Section. Don't lead with we're the police. The police? Yeah, because you get this reaction? What do you want with me? We don't mean to alarm you. We're here about a request we received from Armand and Ellie. What? We have no intention of bringing you out by force, nor do we have the authority to. If you insist upon it, we'll walk away empty-handed and explain the situation to Armand and Ellie. But before that, will you at least hear us out? You unlocked the door. Yeah, let's head inside. Hello, Mr. Gable. It's been a while. You've led us around on quite a chase. Well, congratulations, you found your man. You said my son and his wife have been looking for me. Save your breath. I won't meet with them no matter what you say.
Why are you being so stubborn about this?
That much should be obvious. My son Armand despises me, I'm sure of it.
You think he despises you?
Care to elaborate on that? I was involved in all manner of corruption when I was part of the Diet. Status, power, and mirror were my sole motivations. To attain them, I turned my back on my family. My wife wasn't pleased, but she busied herself with raising Armand to distract from her discontent. I slipped deeper into my licentious ways, until one day I did something no married man with a child should ever do. While my wife was out of the house, I invited my mistress in.
How could you?
Damn, no wonder the two of you split up. It didn't take long for my wife to find out. She left me and took Armand back with her to the bill. I don't know what they've been through since then, but I'm sure the divorce has caused them both much pain. I, on the other hand, was actually reinvigorated when all was said and done. The day I signed the divorce papers, I invited another woman to come fill the empty space in my estate. That's quite the story. A pretty damn skeezy one too. Guess you couldn't keep it in your pants.
Much in the same way you cannot keep your mouth shut, Randy.
She's not wrong. My son has every right to aim my guts. To top it off, I swore loyalty to the former Speaker of the Diet, Hartman. But as soon as my tax evasion came to light, he tossed me aside like I was nothing. The truth is, I should be behind bars, just like he is. As fate would have it, all I lost was my seat in the Diet. After all the despicable things I've done, how could I ever look my son in the eye? Oh, Gable.
At least we have the whole story now.
May I say something? What is it? What could you possibly have to say after all of that? Let me be clear. I don't condone what you put your wife and son through all those years ago. I especially don't approve of all the ways you abused your position in the Diet. However, based on everything we've heard so far, there's no denying that you regret your actions.
I agree. You've come to terms with your mistakes. Anyone would be able to see that you've paid your dues. As such, there is no reason to use your guilt as an excuse to avoid your family.
But that's not all. From the impression I got, Armand doesn't resent you in the slightest. What? We met with him and his wife Ellie when they requested us to help find you. They're a loving family. You could see it in their smiles. Do you know what Armand said to us back when we accepted the request? I want to show him the happy family we've built together. Him, his beloved, and your newborn grandchild.
Exactly, Lloyd's telling the truth. They were so sweet on each other that my teeth were starting to hurt.
If he really hates you the way you think he does, I sure couldn't see it past all the sappiness. You never know, though. If his poker face is half as good as mine, it could all be an act. Maybe he's waiting until you're alone to take you out.
I will take you out right now if you speak another word.
Listen, the point, Gable, is that your son grew up to be a pretty stand-up kind of guy. We'd appreciate it if you could take our word for it.
How about it, Mr. Gable? Could you find it in you to see your family?
Fine. How could I not after everything you just said? Really? You're sure? I'm done lying. Now bring them here before I change my mind. Sure thing, I'll call them over right away. Lloyd's fast. Lloyd hurriedly got in contact with Long Lao. Armand and Ellie were then told to come to Armorica Village as soon as possible. The SSS agreed to wait outside the shed so that Gable could mentally prepare himself. My father is in this shed. As hard as it might be to believe, yes, he's in there.
We spoke with him and he promised to meet you both.
Thank you so much. I can't imagine why I'd be hiding in a place like this, but we're in your debt regardless.
Isn't this wonderful, Armand? I'm finally going to meet my father-in-law. We'll have to apologize for not inviting him to our wedding.
Oh, my dearest Ellie, how can it be that your soul is so pure? Your heart is as untainted as fresh snow, and that, my dear, is why I love you so. Oh, Armand!
Get in the shed.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. You say sorry too, Armin. Shall we? Good job, Armin.
I don't think I can take much more of this. Moving on, Gable is waiting inside for you. Take as long as you need. Thank you, sir, we will. Let's go in, Ellie.
Of course, Armand.
Ah, is that really you, father? It's been so long. Yes, I suppose it has, Armand. Around 15 years, in fact. And she must be...
Pleased to meet you, sir. I'm Armand's wife, Ellie. Your new daughter-in-law.
I see. With 2 L's. It does my heart good to know my son has found a fine young lady like yourself.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
And in your arms, is that?
Yes, this is our son, father. Armin, why don't you say hello to Grandpa? You go. Good boy, Armin.
Say, Armand, I know I've given you and your mother more grief than could ever be forgiven. I'm not sure what you mean.
More importantly, look at this, father. Armin's eyes shine like pure sapphires. They're just like Ellie's, as clear and beautiful as the midday sky. Yes, but he has your ears, Armand. Every time I see them, I just want to eat him up.
Oh, Ellie, for as long as I live, I'll never let you go.
Nor are you, Armand. We'll be together forever.
Father, what's wrong?
Perhaps he's not feeling well. Armand?
No, I'm fine. Truly I am.
Thank you so much, everyone. Because of you, I was able to reunite with my father and introduce him to our new family. He looks so happy about it, too. I'm glad we could help out. Speaking of Mr. Gable, is he staying in the shed? Yes, he said he needed some time to think before he heads home later. We were partway through our conversation when all of a sudden he turned around and refused to look at us face to face. I wonder what that was all about. Could he have been...
I guess even corrupt diet members can still shed a tear every now and then.
How very edifying.
They grow up so fast, don't they? No need to worry, you two. I think what they mean to say is that he'll be alright. So what do you plan to do now? Well, I've been looking forward to reuniting with my father for so long. More than anything, I want us to find a way to stay in touch.
I doubt your mother is going to take it very well. But I'd like for him to come and visit us in the Bill someday.
We wishing you the best of luck with that. He doesn't seem to have any plans to return to the diet, so I think he'll agree to it sooner or later. Now I have another reunion to look forward to. Isn't that right, my dearest Ellie?
Of course, my darling Armand. Ever since we first held our child, we've sworn to give him a life full of happy memories like today. Little Armin met his grandfather. I can hardly wait to give him some brothers and sisters too.
You, me, and a house full of wonderful, lovable children. Together will become the greatest family on the entire continent. Oh, Ellie, I love you so.
And are you, Armand?
I could have gone without hearing that last part. So, we're cool here, right? Request complete?
Indeed, I don't think we could ever repay you for making all of this possible. We'll be returning home to LaBelle soon. Thank you again for all of your help. Safe travels.
You know, Ellie, we already came all this way. What do you say we go take in the sights?
That sounds wonderful, Armand. Oh, Ellie. Oh, Armand. Goo goo.
They're gonna get a room in the inn now, I think. Maybe. The shed's taken. Those two never let up, do they?
That they don't. In a way, I'm almost jealous of what they have. Seeing them like that made me want to visit my parents. You too, Ellie. I was just thinking I should probably spend some time with my mum soon.
You kids have my thanks as well. I'll look after Gable until he's ready to return to the city. Don't mention it, Chief Daughter. Thanks for your help. We should get going too. And away we go. Oh, Father, where art thou is complete. What a weird one.